What a marvellous spot to start a Christmassy walk full of baubles and sparkles, right here in old London town. Yes, my lovely people, I am in Covent Garden for an ad hoc walk to enjoy Christmas trees and lots of festive cheer as the nation's capital gets ready for Christmas. Now there's the Christmas tree looking resplendent on this miserable day. It started off quite sunny, but it couldn't stand it for long, so it has now retreated to its usual November gloom. Still, Christmas is just around the corner. Yes, there is always someone on a microphone here. So while he is entertaining, and I use that term loosely, let's have a quick history lesson. Look at the old shop sign here. It appears to say James Butler Herbalist. This provides a hint about the age and history of Covent Garden. James was certainly in business in 1814, according to the British Museum. But Covent Garden goes back much further than 1814. In fact, its fascinating story stretches back over 800 years. Let's pause to look at Lego Father Christmas.
In the year 1200, the area was nothing more than fields owned by Westminster Abbey. It was called the Garden of the Abbey and Convent, and that's where the name Covent Garden comes from.
Fast forward to 1540. King Henry VIII granted the land to John Russell, the first Earl of Bedford. A century later, his descendant would transform it into something extraordinary. In 1630, with the support of King Charles I, the 5th Earl of Bedford hired architect Inigo Jones to design London's first public square, the Piazza. This was revolutionary. Covent Garden became the city's first planned neighbourhood. By 1654, traders had set up stalls in the square, and Covent Garden quickly grew into London's most famous fruit, flower and vegetable market. For over 300 years, it was the beating heart of London's trade. But Covent Garden wasn't just about commerce. It became a cultural hub, home to theatres, opera and ballet. You can probably hear some opera in the background. This artist is giving a free performance right here in the square. I absolutely love opera, and I can't wait to see my next one, which will be right here at the Royal Opera House.
The theatre is still affectionately called Covent Garden and remains a world-class venue, having hosted some of the greatest artists who have ever lived, such as Maria Callas, Joan Sutherland and Placido Domingo.
We shouldn't forget that there is an even older theatre nearby called Drury Lane. There has been a theatre on that site since 1663, and as they were both licensed theatres, there was quite a rivalry between Covent Garden and Drury Lane.
For now, less talk, more walk.
Also, in the post it says models, like actresses, Stella and Pro. What are you on? She's still double button conversation as well.
This is St Paul's Church, which is also known as the Actors' Church because of the number of theatrical memorials in the church. There are many actors who lived and worked in the area and at the twin theatres of Drury Lane and Covent Garden. David Garrick, John Rich, the famous Harlequin, George Coleman, Thomas Harris and Sarah Siddons all lived and worked in the area.
My life's bloody up since I got it, so I'm not complaining. No, you shouldn't laugh.
I've decided to leave the Covent Garden area and head over to Somerset House. Not only is it a magnificent building, but I believe they're setting up the ice rink ready for Christmas. Well, here we are at Somerset House. I'll tell you a little bit about it.
The story begins in the 16th century when Edward Seymour, the Duke of Somerset and uncle to King Edward VI, built a grand riverside palace on this very site. Unfortunately for him, he didn't enjoy it for long because he was executed in 1552 and the Crown took over the property. During the reign of Elizabeth I, Somerset House became a royal residence, but it wasn't until the late 18th century that the building we see today took shape. In 1776, architect Sir William Chambers designed a magnificent neoclassical complex to house key branches of the British government. For over a century, Somerset House was home to the Royal Navy Board, the Inland Revenue, and even the Royal Academy of Arts. Its grand courtyards, arcades, and river terrace quickly became symbols of British statecraft and architectural elegance.
Well, that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this Christmassy walk. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. See you next time.